Chinatown up here. Now, the difference between lunch or breakfast and dinner is incredible. I will show you this again at night to show you just how different a few hours can make. It really comes alive at night. So, it is official. I have been in Thailand now for about 2.5 hours. I've got 5 hours to kill before I can check into my hotel room. So, come with me for a little wander. No idea where we're going. I just left the hotel room and decided to go for a walk, see what we can find. It's breakfast time here now, so I'm starving. So let's see if we can find something to eat, and I will take you along. So it's 9:06 in the morning. It's currently 28 degrees. So it is a warm morning, to say the least. I genuinely can't believe that I'm actually finally back again. There's not much going on this street. So I'll probably just kind of catch up further down the road when I find something interesting. So, I'm going to be in Thailand for 2 weeks. And in those 2 weeks, my intention is to eat and drink my way around the city with hopefully the help of a few friends along the way. Now, I will be posting every day on my phone on little reels, and I will also be posting on my YouTube main videos once I finish the series. So you probably won't see most of this until probably end of January into February. However, there will be updates every day on what I eat and where I go on my YouTube shorts and on my Instagram. And yeah, I genuinely cannot tell you how excited I am to be back in Thailand. So, we are just at the start of Chinatown up here. Now, the difference between lunch or breakfast and dinner is incredible. I will show you this again at night to show you just how different a few hours can make. It really comes alive at night. Now, there's a few places that I think are open for breakfast down here. So we're gonna go and have a gander. I don't know what the sound is like, I don't have my microphone. I've literally just jumped straight out with my bag to try and get some shots and some food before I check into my hotel. So I've got 4 hours now to kill from here, so. But I mean, the buildings are just so cool. And it's one of the best Chinatowns, I think, in the world. It's absolutely massive. Wouldn't catch me dead doing that in this heat. The one thing I hate about recording this for you guys is you cannot smell what I can smell. There is so many incredible smells of fried food, soy sauce, chilies, garlic, fresh vegetables, dried shellfish. Like, it is a shock to the senses at 9 o'clock in the morning, I can tell you. Every corner you look at, there's just smoke bellowing out from some grill somewhere selling food. And honestly, it is heaven. So, trying to keep the sun out of your eyes, but first stop is going to be some simple grilled pineapple, I think. Just one little bit. They sell like the baby little pineapples here, and I am a lover of pineapple. Sawadee krab. One. Krab and gab. So there we have it. 20 baht, so about 45 pence for a big bag of young Thai pineapple. Sorry, that sun is like shockingly bright, I know. I'll turn away now so you can see me. But just imagine it's my halo. So, that should be a bit better for you, as opposed to what you were looking at a second ago. So, seriously, 20 baht for all that pineapple. That's so sweet, juicy. Oh, you don't need a drink when you're eating pineapple like that. That is unbelievably good. Because it's such like a small young pineapple, even the core quite tender. If I eat nothing else in Chinatown this afternoon, that would be good enough. But of course, I'm going to eat more. So that was a quick walk around Chinatown in the daytime. I'll do another one now in the evening where you can see the difference in what it's like. So many places that don't open in the evening, in the morning, sorry. And obviously in the evening then it just gets super crazy. So I will be doing a before and after sunset, should we say, so you can kind of get an idea for yourself. But just the whole sort of shock to the senses when you're tired is just crazy. So it's very much when you're tired like this, 24 hours no sleep, that is one way to wake yourself up. I know I only had pineapple, but I'm going to go now to a air-conditioned place because unfortunately I haven't got my actual luggage bag. It's been kept in the hotel. I've got no sun cream, I've got no hat. So I'm I'm gonna go and find something somewhere a little cooler, and yeah, we will catch you there.
A little bus there with people eating. So this is when Chinatown really comes alive. You'll see a difference between what we experienced this afternoon to what we experience now tonight. There's so much more going on, and it is still ridiculously warm. Durian. The one thing, aside from smoking, that you're not allowed to do in your room is eat durian. Gives you an idea what the taste and smell is like. It's quite strong. We're going to walk around a little bit, show you the sights and sounds, and then we'll stop and get some food from some places. Hopefully maybe stumble across some little golden gems as well. I mean, you wouldn't believe it's the same street as 5 hours ago. So this here is a very famous seafood place that I was at a few years ago when we had the food tour. You kind of just have to cut through the traffic. We got people crossing the roads with trays. You basically just have to stay inside the fence so you don't get hit by a car, basically. You think I was walking up and down these pavements this afternoon with no drama, and now the pavements have become restaurants. This is what I love. There's just so much stuff going on, food-wise, people-wise, traffic. It is just an incredible environment. And now that I've had a little sleep as well, I feel a little bit more with it. So I'm going to try and find 3 or 4 places to eat tonight, I think. Hopefully the audio is much better than it was this morning as well, with my microphone on now. I don't really have an agenda today. It is very much just stroll up and down and see what I find. Probably should have come here a little earlier for that, because it is getting very, very busy. And this goes... Now, I'm going to try the follow bit on here while I walk down the road. And if there's anything interesting now, I'll send it over. But basically, every single day of the year, it is like this. But as you can see, it just gets ridiculously crazy. Now, this is what people think of when they think of Thailand, and this is the very touristy area, but it's also where there is some really, really good food. So obviously, we want to experience this a little bit. And I will be going to some other places that are less touristy, that you won't find a lot of people like myself sort of going around and eating. And that's kind of what I want to do. I want to show people the accessible, so like the food terminal shopping malls that I've gone to that are a good stepping stone for people to go and try some street food before maybe they have the confidence to go somewhere like here. And then once you've gone here, then the world is very much your oyster. You can then go floating markets. And the joy is you don't really have to know what everything is. You just kind of point and say one, and yeah, they will do it with a smile, because everyone here is extremely friendly. So we're going to walk all the way up this end of the road, and then we'll cut down and we'll go down the other end, and then I will, as and when I see something, I will grab something to eat. My mouth is watering. The smells here you cannot believe. So it's like every side street as well, there's just food, and it is. But I'm going to stop doing that now. My face tracking is clearly not working very well. So, but it is very much all down the street. I also hope the light is okay for you guys, because it can be a bit dark in places and I don't have a light on my camera. So, oh, sorry. They got bisalis, mangosteens. Oh, mangosteens. It's not the season for mangosteens. It's a bit early in the year. However, mangosteens are incredible. The queen of fruits. Durian is the king of fruits, but mangosteen is the queen of fruits. And I have to say, I don't really disagree too much on that. So we're getting towards the top end now, so we will cross over and kind of make our way across the road to the next side. You just have to kind of hope and run a little bit on these roads. So they are very, very busy, and yeah, the traffic system is difficult. I mean, I'm glad it's not Thailand traffic system, Vietnam traffic system, but nonetheless, it's still very difficult. So obviously, I came here 4 years ago, pre-COVID. I had a food tour, and I can remember a couple of the places that I went to, but ultimately, I am, like you guys coming through here, I am very much a foreigner, not sure what would be good, what would be bad. So I'm just going to show you that it's how accessible it is, just to kind of go up and just go, oh hey, yeah, I'll have one of them. And if you don't like it, don't like it. I'll try up on the pavement. Everyone seems so focused on being on the road. I figured the pavement might be a better bet. You just got little kitchens getting set up just everywhere.
Sorry.
And then you get to a side street like this one, and you turn up it and it's another whole market of food. There isn't really like a walking system. It is very much just a free-for-all. Now, I don't know if you can see the smoke on the camera bellowing out, but there is some crazy smoke rocking up as we go. right off the side of the street. We've got whole ducks for duck noodle soup. Now, I very much do feel like a foreigner in a sense that I don't know the words for half of this stuff. So as you can see, tight squeezes between the cars. And you have
I'm not that set up.
just queues and queues for seafood and for durian. Right. You get to the end of the street and you turn and you go back down.
Thank you, Daniel.
I don't know who that was, but she seemed to have a lot of people filming her. Maybe it's just one of the ones eating a scorpion. So what we have here is hand-rolled noodles. It's got some crispy pork, and then it's got what looks like a bit of tongue, probably some liver, a nice egg there on the side as well. Some crispy bits to put in, and then we've got some dried chilies, some sugar, some soy sauce or some fish sauce, some chili vinegar as well. So first up, I'm just going to try the broth because this has won Michelin recognition for years and years and years. Straight off the bat, that is just super peppery. Very rich, very like meaty. And then you get these little bits of dough and you put some of them in to your bowl for a bit of texture. Now, it's very peppery, but I'm going to add a little bit of the chili vinegar. This is very peppery and very meaty. That bit of acid will really cut through. Super creamy hard-boiled egg. That pork tongue was really, really tender. That little bit of acid now offsets that real savouriness of that broth and a little spice to it. Crunch from those fried bits of dough. That is not a real dish. You can see why it gets recognised every year. And there's normally a queue. So I got in at a pretty good time as I walked past because they had space for one on a table. But ultimately, as you can hear in the background, there's people shouting, moving tables around. So I don't want to be in here too long and take up this table. Now, when you do order this, just be aware that it does come with some of the offal. They put lung in there, they put liver in there, they put tongue in there. But don't be afraid to try it. If you like pork, try the whole animal. There's going to be bits that you don't like. It looks like a little bit of ear, maybe. Little cartilage in there. Bit of stomach. None of it tastes too gamey. It's not a very strong flavour in any of the liver or the offal or the tongue of the pork. But it's all been cooked down in that broth. So it's all taken in that flavour. And it just adds richness, body almost, to that sauce. This is a simply stunning dish. I've been really looking forward to trying this. And I was hoping I'd stumble upon it. It was on the main road, but some of these stalls are so unassuming you don't notice out the front. And as for service, like wow. I sat down, and before I could even set my camera up properly, it was here. Like, it was already here. Those fried dough stay crispy in that broth for a really long time. Wow. I'm eating this quickly to give them the space back, but also because it is just too fucking delicious. Those rolled noodles, unreal. There's a little bit of texture left to them. They're not soft. Easy to slurp, not like a ramen. And £1.50 for a Michelin recognized soup. In somewhere, you know, if you're not comfortable, you probably kind of go, oh, can't go in there, it doesn't look right. But like I say, if there's a crowd, give it a go. It's getting a little busy now. I'm going to finish this up, stop filming. I'll see you on the street. So, that has left my mouth tingling with actual pure joy. So that came to a total of 80 baht with the egg and then the crunchy bits. But like, I'd pay 3-4 times that for this. It's unbelievably good. I suppose it's better than the snake charmers in Marrakesh. I think I'm on the wrong side of the people working now. I'm on the street side, so I need to go back down and around. Because once you get on the pavement here, the pavement is not the place you want to be. You want to be actually on the road, or you'll get stuck behind the stalls, and then you may end up having to work somewhere. Work for your dinner. Just look at it. Look at that. I keep it up high so you can kind of see all the way down. Trying not to go too nuts on what I eat as well on the first day, because I already had a pretty big lunch. Kind of just trying to kill a bit of time before I go to sleep, so that I don't wake up at 3 in the morning with jet lag. So we will see what happens with that. There is just literally dish after dish after dish after dish. Like, I would say if you do suffer from anxiety or being in large crowds or just kind of too many senses being hit at all at once, then I would certainly avoid sort of Yaowarat Road at night time. During the day it's perfectly fine. You get a lot of locals coming in, grabbing their lunches. Some of the places aren't even open. They don't even open until sort of after lunchtime. But yeah, it's definitely very big shock to the senses if you're not used to it, or if it's something that makes you feel a little uncomfortable. And you know, this is just the truth, and these are the facts. You know, I don't want to sit here and be like, oh yeah, oh my God, it's the most amazing place. It's an amazing place, and I genuinely love it. However, I will say, you do just need to be careful with how you handle the crowds. It's just very relaxed, hectic, but relaxed. Nobody's really bumping into each other. Everyone's very respectful in this country. They're not really ones for making a scene or causing arguments or that kind of thing. So just obviously respect that while you're here, and everyone will be pretty chill, nice and relaxed, even in the really busy parts of the town like this. Now, then I'm going down a little further, and I'm going to get some deep fried, I think it's kwao choy or something. It's like a fried dough. But literally, everywhere you look, there is food, fruits, vegetables, and then on the other side is like rush hour traffic, tuk-tuks, just a crazy environment to be in. And you know what, I mean, maybe because I've got the camera, but I haven't really been like ushered or urged to go to places. You know, nobody's really like pushing to get you into their stall. Now that's possibly because there is just so many flipping people that there's always going to be customers for everyone. So, but obviously just be mindful as well. Like I say, it is a very busy place. You are going to get some people that might want to try and scam you, or might want to try and take you for a tuk-tuk ride to another part of town that you don't necessarily want to go. And all you have to do is just say like, "Maya crab," like, "No thank you." And they're usually pretty chill with that. They're actually usually pretty funny, because I had one earlier laugh when I said Maya crab, and walked down the road with me for like a couple of minutes to talk to me. Now, in any other country, that would genuinely make me feel ridiculously uncomfortable. Some random guy trying to get my business and then just follows me down the road. However, strangely enough here, I find it quite charming, because they just genuinely feel as though they are just interested in knowing where you're from, or what you're doing, or where you're going to. So in that sense, it is very, very cool. So we're back up now to like the beginning of Yaowarat Road. I'm going to try and get a picture as I cross over a good thumbnail. Okay. Next up is this dude who is famous for his fried dough. And he was somewhere I came to like 4 years ago. The same guy still here making them. Michelin recognized. Just rocks around with his dough. Unbelievable. Comes with a pandan custard. So I'm gonna try and film this one-handed. So the next stop was a place selling fried dough. Now, what I genuinely love about these, I mean, holy shit, like, the size of that. So that comes with a pandan custard. Now, it reads so simple. Fried dough, pandan custard. Hot. That dough is crispy, warm, delicious. The smell of pandan is ridiculously good. Oh, and that dough, unbelievably good. I genuinely wish you guys could pick up the smells of this market. It's very much like any big city. The smells are extremes.
Ik weet niet hoeveel kinderen we doen.
I'll tell you one thing. The humidity is really making my hands sweat on the stick. So we have a little rare bit of respite here. So you've got the two ends. You've got all the way up there's food, but you can very much see where the people are. And you know, if there's a massive queue for food, it's either overhyped but loads of people go there, or loads of people go there because it's very, very good. But it's usually a safe bet that if there is locals and foreigners queuing somewhere, the chances are it's going to be delicious and you're not going to go wrong being stood in a queue. Get yourself some nice pomegranate juice on the side of the road, or pineapple juice, or like an iced tea, and just stand in a queue. Most of the queues here move very, very fast, even if you have to wait for a table. It's all sort of smaller plates, get it in your gob and move on to the next one kind of thing. So, you know, don't be afraid of standing in a queue, not knowing what you're standing for, because eventually you're going to get to some food, and chances are it is going to be delicious.
Very nice.
Thank you. So this is, I believe, rolled pork noodle. Has a Michelin bib. Alright, we'll take a wander down here. I was down here earlier this afternoon and pretty much everywhere was shut. I don't want to get cancelled because there's a lot of places in the area selling shark fin soup and I don't want to offend people, so I'll try and keep that off camera as much as possible. So you can see the difference just walking down the street at this time of night.
Is there? Yeah. Is that one right there?
Yeah,
The
it's here. Yeah, it's
The street is just so much busier. You got way more traffic, way more seats outside, even down alleys. It really does sort of come to life of an evening. Sorry if my voice is a bit monotone. I'm trying to get used to filming with so many people just around the whole time. It's quite crazy and something I'm still trying to get used to. Even in London, I know it's busy, but like night markets and Chinatown in Bangkok is a whole different level of busy. So just keeping on down the bottom of this road, and then we might go off the beaten track to show you just how easy it is to go somewhere else. And then if anything happens to me, I'm on camera, so I'm protected. But yeah, there's just so much stuff. Like I would love to have an eye tracking system on the camera just to see how many times my eyes dart around to see what's going on as I walk around the corners. Because every step there's something completely different, and holy God, do I love it. Like, this is very much it's very much a city that you love or hate. Now, I've met loads of people that have been literally, I've been in Bangkok for one night, that's enough. Passing through, that's all you want. You don't want to be any longer than that. And I mean, I personally disagree. I mean, obviously, it's not for everyone. I appreciate that. Same as, you know, beach holidays isn't for everyone. And, you know, it's all relative, really. It's what each person likes is their own thing. Now, I like hustle and bustle. I really do. I like that kind of sort of grab your nipples and go along for the ride kind of vibe. And you really do get that in Bangkok. You just don't know what's going to come around the corner next. It could be a woman with a monkey. It could be a man with a snake. It could be someone trying to like feed you barbecued rat. It could be 20 cats looking for food. Like, you really don't know. So the joy with that is it's just a case. Like, even the roads, there's no traffic signs. You just kind of wait till a large mass of people just decide to go, and yeah, hold on tight. So, but yeah, like that smells unreal. Oh, I may have to come back to that one. That was literally like loads of garlic fried chicken smelling goodness. So this is like one street back from Yaowarat Road. So obviously you can see it's much quieter and a lot less of us like our kind, should I say. But in case you were concerned as to where you may be, all you have to do is just walk a couple of yards and you will find this place with a huge Chinatown. Now, I don't think this is the real Chinatown if you ask me, because it's got a 7-Eleven, a Starbucks, a Boots. So it's very much a non-authentic Chinatown. So definitely not one. I mean, I might pop in there if I was in need of a coffee or something, but certainly not what I need for myself today. We're gonna go back down another little side alley, back down into the main Yaowarat Road. And this is where you kind of take your life into your hands, because you're literally crossing the road. There's no traffic signals, and you're just literally kind of hoping and waiting that there's a gap and that you can kind of just zip across. And if there isn't, you're very much kind of just zinging along. As you can see here, it can be a bit nerve-wracking. I mean, it's certainly no worse than what Vietnam is supposed to be like, but it's certainly a bit more hectic than London. All the road signs are more suggestion. However, I do feel like it's better than last time I was here. So, we are going to be, in this video, getting, if nothing else, fish soup. We're also going to be getting, hopefully, some satay or muping. We are going to walk down this road. I come out of the hotel every day. Every day I've been here, and I've turned left. And if I turn right on the corner on the other side of the hotel, there's a big area of street food that I'm probably going to end up hitting now, tomorrow or the day after anyway, because there's a load of locals there. And obviously, as I've said before, and as anybody else in Thailand traveling says, you see a lot of local people eating it, chances are it's worth trying. So it's just getting a bit dark here now. Hopefully it won't be as dark as last night's video, which I do apologize about, but I didn't bring any lights with me when I came. So now, how random is this, right? We're in the middle of just a regular area, and right on the roundabout, I don't know if you can make that out, there's a giant Optimus Prime just stood there on the roundabout, which is crazy to me. We'll try and cross the road now, because these are bloody tricky roads to cross, because the traffic just kind of tends to not stop. So you want to kind of just keep moving. But yeah, I don't know why the Optimus Prime is there, or what the reason behind it is. It's like a generator keeping the lights on as well, which is random. So, but we will wait. The traffic is starting to quieten down on the back end, so we will see what we can get into. So the area that I'm in tonight is it's in between the main river and Yaowarat Road, sort of in between Chinatown and the river. And it's a really cool place, because it's a little quieter, there's definitely less traffic, and it's just very nice, and it's a lot cooler this evening as well. It's kind of, the humidity has gone somewhat. It's just coming up to sunset, so it's kind of an early dinner. I've got a big day tomorrow, so I'm kind of getting my food in early. first stop tonight is for some fish ball soup. These have been in the Michelin guide for about 6 years. So you've got what they're famous for is their super bouncy fish balls, and then they have some hefty like dense dumplings, and another type of fish cake. I've added some chilies into there as well for a little spice. So this is, well, it's 6:45, so it's busy-ish. I had no trouble getting a table, so we'll get straight into it. Ooh. So I went for the egg noodle rather than the flat noodle, and I went with soup. You can have it without soup. The noodles are super slippery, but they already feel under the chopstick. They feel like texture-wise they're going to be really good. It's a nice texture. Very mild, sort of fishy flavour. Just adding a bit of chili flake as well as that vinegar. Again, just considering the flavour in the broth, it's super clean, super light sort of tasting, but very flavoursome. That chili flake takes it up a notch in spice compared to the vinegar. And then their famous fish balls. That almost collapses in by like a third before it bursts. There's so much give in that. Very bouncy. Very clean fish flavour again. So that fish soup was incredible, considering it's all fish based, so the stock's made with fish. There's I believe a little bit of pork in there that looked like what I thought was a fish dumpling. Looked like it was actually like minced pork wrapped in some form of fat from the pork. The fish balls were extremely bouncy. The noodles were, again, not overcooked. There was a good texture to them, and that was just beautiful. Like really, really good. So we're heading down the main street of this section now, and there should be one, maybe two more places that I'm gonna stop at. Definitely one. Technically, definitely two now, because there's a 7-Eleven on the corner, so that'll be my last stop on the way home. So we'll see what else. So next up, stone are the beef noodles. Hydration. This one wasn't anticipated, but my other store was closed today. It did say that they were open from Wednesday to Sunday, but they weren't open or they weren't there today. So they closed in like 30 minutes. So I'm getting it right at the end. Really looking forward to this.
as you can see. It's a little bit sweet. And as you can see in that video, there's a little bit of tendon, or quite a big bit of tendon, gelatinous kind of goodness in that bowl as well. Obviously some chili. It is a little sweet. There's a hefty bowl as well. Shut the front door. That beef is so tender. It's got a good beef flavour. Again, a good looking texture on the noodle. My God, that's good. So in there you've got like beef balls, you've got thin slices of quickly cooked beef, which is ridiculously tender as well. Little larger bits of braised beef, and then you've got huge pieces of that collagen or tendon, which if you've never had before, it's kind of cross between braised beef and pork fat in texture. There's still a little firmness to it, nothing too crazy. But that beef, I swear, the texture of it reminds me of like tongue. It's so good. Unbelievably good. Incredible. Okay, so I know that beef noodle soup is a little bit more expensive than some of the others that I've had and some of the other dishes that I've had. But ultimately, that beef noodle soup was 150 baht. Now, considering there was lean, quick seared or quick cooked from hot broth pieces of beef, tendon, beef balls, slow braised beef, beef stock, noodles in there, I think for 150 baht, that is a steal. And honestly, the quality was incredible. First sip of that broth, it's beefy, it's sweet, you can tell there's been quite a bit of sugar added to it, but it is delicious. The beef melts in the mouth, even the thin slices. Unbelievably good. Now, I was going to end with poutine, but honestly, that bowl was massive as well. Like, compared to what you would get on the side of the street, I would say it was another 50% bigger. So I would say I'm probably done. I may stop somewhere on the way to get something sweet, but ultimately I am full. So that could well be the end of the video. I might cut up the road to Yaowarat, or the bottom end of and grab like a dessert from one of the pastry shops. But obviously that is kind of all being well. So honestly, this street is amazing, kind of right on the canal, or the river even. It's not the canal, but the river. You've got a couple of, like 3 or 4 really good fishball soup places. There's supposed to be a couple of satay places. One had finished, one didn't open. And then you've got the other places that I went to as well. And honestly, I can't lie, they're all really, really good. I'll put the location in the description, but I strongly recommend checking it out, because it's only just down from Yaowarat Road, and that gets just ridiculously crazy. So coming down here, it's very mellow. You don't have to queue for anything. Get a seat nice and quick. Everything's still very reasonably priced, and yeah, it's just brilliant. So again, sorry about the darkness. I will have to invest in a light for more nighttime shots, I suppose. However, this is the end of the video, unless I get something sweet. I'm just coming up to Yaowarat Road now, and I don't want every video to have Yaowarat Road, because people will just think that all I've done is walk around Chinatown, and obviously that isn't the case. So anyway, much love. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all the usual stuff if you've made it this far. If you haven't, then I can pretty much say what I want about you guys, because you're not here, and shame on you. However, only joking. However, obviously there is about 80% of the people that watch my videos that aren't subscribed at the moment, and I would love to get that closer to 50%. It would make a massive difference to me and my life. So yeah, hit that subscribe button, make me a happy man in 2024. Anyway, much love. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for tuning in. Cab. So last up, you have to bear with me with the angle, as you probably saw, was mango sticky rice. Now, I love some Thai mango. It is ridiculous how soft the mango in Thailand is. You got those little, I think they're like little crispy soybeans or mung beans or something on the top. Got some texture. You got your purple sticky rice, your regular rice, your coconut, condensed milk. There's a little saltiness within that rice as well. Man, I would eat so much fruit if it tasted in the UK if it tasted like this. We just don't have this kind of flavored mango. So, good morning for day 3 of Thailand. So this morning I was craving boat noodles. Now there's a whole alleyway dedicated to boat noodles in Bangkok, and I'm going to my personal favorite one that I went to a while back, last time I was here, and I'm going to start there, have a couple bowls, and then we're going to walk down the river all the way down to Victory Monument, stopping at a couple of places along the way for more boat noodles, see how many bowls we're going to eat, and see if I have a personal favorite after this little walk down the alley. So boat noodles started off by being served on a boat on the river, and they were usually smaller, but like big bowls, but smaller amounts of filling, so that they could basically pass them across the boats without spilling them. And they are thickened with the blood of the animal, and honestly, it's bloody phenomenal. So let's get in and have a go. So this is where we're going. It's right next to a little temple. Should have worn a hat today because it is red hot. And we are just going in to into this giant shed, basically. So let's see what we can get. This a little bit on my phone because they don't really let you film it, especially not up close to the noodles. They're worried that they'll see what they put into them. I just went for one spicy pork, one spicy chicken, and they're small bowls, so you can eat a lot of them. So the plan is I'm going to have a pork and a beef in each one, and move down the river and just keep eating in each market as each noodle shop as I come along there. Okay, so I just finished up with the first place. Now, you probably won't see much of it. I've done a little bit on my phone because obviously they have a lot of signs up there saying no filming, which I had heard about since I was last there. I think people were trying to figure out what was in their recipe so that they could basically steal it, perhaps, I don't know. So this is a bit further away from the rest of the alley. I'm walking down the river now, as you can see, and then down and around the corner from here is the rest of the boat noodle alley, if you will. So I just had a glass bottle of Sprite, pork scratchings that you have on the table. They're obviously at an extra charge, and then a beef noodle and a chicken noodle. Sorry, a beef noodle and a pork noodle. Both of them spicy, and they were spicy. This is the first time I've actually said spicy, and I found them quite spicy. But all of that was just under £1.50. Came in at 58 baht, so about £1.40 for 2 bowls of noodles and a bottle of Sprite. Can't buy a bottle of Sprite back home for that price. So I am walking down to the rest of the alleyway now, hoping that I don't burn the ass off my scalp before I get there. Seen lots of ripples on the top of the river. There's a lot of fish in there. I've seen videos of some of the people feeding fish in some of the rivers, and there's just millions of them all over the place, which is incredible. So, but yeah, just kind of walking down now. This will lead me all the way down to Victory Monument, which is cool. And there's people kind of just building up some beans on the river, which is cool. They're just taking them off for, is it tamarind? I'm not sure what it is. But it is hot here today, so we're gonna go grab ourselves a juice from somewhere as well, cool ourselves down. But I mean, it's sort of a lovely area, and yeah, it's kind of got to watch where you're walking that you don't lose your footing. But it's probably dirtier than the Thames, the river itself, but then it's been used for so much for so long that I'm not really surprised. So anyway, we're going to get down to the street, find a few more places to eat, and hopefully I'll be able to video there a bit more. So we'll have a look at ganders when we get there. So as you can see, it runs down both sides, not quite as far on one side, then you go over the river and it runs just a little bit longer further down.
that's the end of the alley. So we're now gonna go and grab some somewhere. So I told a lie. The other side of the river is like a hawker center that don't just do boat noodles, they do like a mix of everything else as well. And there's also another market just across the road from here. So we'll probably try and fit all 3/2 in today as we walk down, because it's breakfast, so it's early. Still only not even midday yet. So we'll have a little walk around the other market and see what we can get as well. And then the boat noodles will resume. So we shall see. Fried bananas and sweet potato. We'll jump up in here. There's another little store going on. It's not massive, but there's a few things. Lots of grilled foods again. We'll probably just go straight back over to the boat noodle alley. Got some fried chicken from Mu Ping, but boat noodles before anything else. So we're gonna go back over and grab some boat noodles. So there is an almighty queue for this one at the end here, but everywhere's like super busy. So we will grab a table somewhere and get into some, I think, along here. So next stop was Payak boat noodles. So I went for a sour noodle soup, a chicken soup, and a beef soup in this one. They serve They serve bowls of crispy fried pork, garlic on the side. Obviously, when they offer it to you, just be aware it is an extra charge, but it's only like 50-60 pence. So I have here, this is the sour noodle soup with the pork. This looks like it would be the beef soup, perhaps, and then the pork, or the other way around anyway, one of the two. So I am really looking forward to this. So I'm going to add some of the crispy pork and garlic bits to each of my soups. So these are just a little flavour of garlic. And that really does add like texture to your bowls. And obviously the bowls themselves quite soft. So I'm sorry. Start with the sour soup. It's not too sour. There's also nice like pink pork. That pork is delicious. I think there's some fish cake in here as well. Crispy fried wontons. It wasn't as sour as I was expecting. Just gonna add a little bit. Thank you. A little bit of that spicy vinegar. Some big old pieces of fried pork.
The addition of that sour vinegar really helps. And Coca-Cola. I'll wash it all now. I think it's great that they're all located in one place because you got that kind of competition. Nobody really bothers you to go into their place. You might get the odd one kind of point if you're on a table, but ultimately obviously there's competition as well, so the competition keeps everything reasonable. Sour soup, even though it's delicious, I prefer the more traditional thickened blood soups. They're very, very good. That little addition of the vinegar that I added really does help. Now on to the star of the show. So the first one I'm going into is beef. The colour of the noodle alone, look at how much darker they are. Soaked in all the colour and flavour of that broth. And that's your vinegar. The vinegar is chili vinegar, so it is a bit spicy. The beef meat isn't as tender as the first one, but there's a lot more in it. It doesn't appear to be any liver like the first. The balls are nice and stringy, really delicious. I think the sauce has a little more sweetness here as well. Not much more, just a little bit. I mean, for like 50 pence a bowl, especially with the amount of beef in this one, you're getting really good deals. Can't go wrong with the portions. Before I finish in Thailand, I may come back up here and just see how many bowls I can eat in one sitting. Coming up to finishing part 4, soon to be 5. Feeling pretty good.
keep going with these. And then that might be the video. If I go anywhere else, I probably won't film it, because obviously ultimately everywhere you go, you're going to get these lovely little golden balls of goodness that are just incredible. And I love the idea of it just being small, cheap, reasonable. You can come in and have one bowl and a Coke for like £1, or you can go to town and even if you eat like 20 bowls, still about a tenner. It's just delicious.
Morning guys, sorry if I sound bunged up in this video, but I had a bit of a fever the other day, so still not feeling 100%. So this morning we have ventured to Klong Toi MRT and we are going to Tot or Toat market. It's a morning market, so it's just after 8:30 in the morning now, and apparently by about 9 o'clock a lot of the fresh produce is finished, but they keep the food hall open till about midday. So we're going to go down, have a little wander around, see what we can find in the market, see if there's any new and peculiar stuff. I'm going to show you guys around. This is what I love about markets in Thailand. You've got designated like night markets, you got designated morning markets. So you can find a market that'll be closed by 9 o'clock. Go down there, get your breakfast. Brilliant. So we're going to go down and have a look. Hope the audio is not too bad, because it is really noisy on that main road behind me, and I don't have my microphones with me this morning. So it was kind of like a little impromptu decision to come out. Wasn't feeling 100%, but while I'm here, need to get out and show you guys what the city's like in all corners of it. So yeah, we'll get into it and have a look. Just wanted to show you guys as well some of the incredible buildings that they have. This up here is actually one of the city hospitals. The buildings are just like incredible, and the speed of which they're built, it's like it's ever-changing skyline here. Makes London look like a third world country in the speed of which its development is incredible. I swear I wake up every day and there's a new skyscraper somewhere. Like, unbelievable. And the designs of the buildings as well are just so cool. So I am just outside the building now. Like I say, it's probably coming to an end, this market. So we will have a nosy and see what's left, see if we can get a couple of bits of food for breakfast. So I believe this is like a half food market, half sort of produce and bric-a-brac, basically a little bit of everything in the market. So we will see if there's any stuff. We're going to get some pens and pencils. There's one thing I'm just really disappointed with when I film for you guys in markets, is the smells. Excuse me, I'm a bit chesty still. Is the smells. Some of the smells in these markets are phenomenal. Same with everything else though. Obviously, you can go to some places and they're not so good. But anywhere where there's food, predominantly the smells are unbelievable. So obviously, it looks like we're just kind of coming up to the end of the market in parts. So I think the food is more down one side as well. So obviously we'll have a look at the bric-a-brac kind of section. But ultimately I'm here maybe just to get one, maybe two dishes, because I am going to another place for some special fried chicken in a little bit. So I don't want to fill myself up too much. But it's a really nice market. There's just like a river just off the back there. Very nice. And it's actually like, I don't know the design of the building or the roof, but it's actually really cool in here. There's no air conditioning. They got a few like ceiling fans, but it's actually temperature-wise is very, very nice, very manageable. So some nice fried fish. Some looks like Eastern sausage. Some nice giant shrimp. And then all along this section here, but we're down the middle here. So you've got some like street food, and then you've got some that are more like sit down at a table. So you got more Eastern sausage, muping. I do love these markets. Like again, like you should never be intimidated or be put off by any kind of a language barrier, because everybody here is genuinely just always super friendly and always accommodating. Even if you don't speak the language, you can always find a way of expressing what you want. So we will grab a little bite of food now in a minute. There's a really nice stall here. It looks like they sell basically like a buffet spread. We have some pork leg, some Hanani style chicken. Really is delicious. And I mean, this is literally just one stop from Lumpini Park, and I swear I am the only tourist in this market, and it looks food-wise tremendous, but I don't know what to get is the problem. We'll have to get something, because I am hungry. So I saw what looked like fried pork down the end, so it might be a fried pork noodle. But I mean, look at this. This is like one giant buffet of food, and from what I can tell on the sign, it's like you get one item for like 35 to 40, and then two items for 45 to 50 baht. So we will see what it is. And then we've got pork noodle soup here by the looks of it. Again, it's all in foreign, so I will find something. I'm just gonna have another little meander down, make sure I haven't missed anything, and then I'll be back with you with where I go. So I just got like a pork noodle soup. I added a little bit of dried chili. I got some thin slices of pork, some crispy pork, and then some dumplings in there as well. And the woman is sat just over there making the dumplings. So I literally, obviously all being in Thai, I walked up to the queue, and there was a woman putting a bowl together. I said hello, just pointed to the bowl and said, "I'll have one of them, please." And here we go. 50 baht, so like a little over £1. I love like the water spinach that they put in everything here. It always has such a refreshing flavor. The noodles look incredible. Like really thin. They feel super bouncy. And I'm really looking forward to this first mouthful of noodles. The textures of noodles I had here have been somewhat varying. Some have been soft, some have been like crispy, depending on how they're cooked. These have a little bite to them. Really, really good. Can't tell, I think they're probably handmade, because they just got a little vat of them like out the front, floured. And you just grab them and give them a little blanch just before you have them. That broth is super clean. It's not like fatty or anything like that. Thin bits of pork, very thin bits of pork. As you imagine, super tender, a little sweet from whatever it is that they put on the outside of that when they cook it. Crispy pork. Now, I heard loads of people say about crispy pork before I came here. And I do love pork. But now that I was kind of looking for it, I'm amazed just how many places have it. It's like every corner. It's like 7-Elevens. That skin holds its crunch in that broth quite well. So it's not as crispy as it would be if you didn't have it in that soup. And then the handmade dumplings. Loads of flavour of like chive and onion. And this is an incredible breakfast. Like I say, it's a little after 9 in the morning. So for breakfast, you wouldn't be having this in the UK. But why the hell not, I say. Like noodles, pork, chilies, breakfast of champions. While I'm here, I really am trying to get around as many places, as many markets as I can. So I'm trying not to eat too many things in one place, which is ideal. But because there's so many cool things to see in the markets, like the videos are still going to be 10, 15, 20 minutes long, even if I'm just eating one bowl of noodles, because there's so many things in the market, so much produce, different types of bric-a-brac, just environments and the culture that people are here. And it's just like, I really hope that I can pick up the buzz and the vibe for you guys, because I really do love the market culture here. Night markets, morning markets, wet markets, like the whole thing. And then just the way every corner of the city and every corner of the streets have at least one place on every single corner on the street selling something from a truck or a van or like a stall. It's unbelievable. This is definitely, I think, one of the biggest bowls that I've had of noodles since I've been here. And again, that price just, it's ridiculous. Like I just don't know. I can't say anything about the price. It's incredible. It just goes to show how places like London that have become so expensive and so unaffordable even to eat on the street. Yet a country with as much development that's going on and as expensive in parts that it's becoming. Like, you can go out and have a cocktail here and they'll be the same prices in London, and they're like secret bars, and you got skyscrapers and rooftop bars that charge through the nose for things. Yet the fundamental basis of its food culture remains affordable, quick, effective, and unbelievably tasty. And long may that continue. I don't ever want that to change. And there's so many countries that have that. You know, you Vietnam, Singapore, Hong Kong, the street food is affordable, it's accessible to people like myself that aren't from that country, and it's some of the best stuff that you can do in a country is experience the local markets and the local food. But these are really good. And like I say, it's very clean flavour, it's not very heavy, that broth. It's not very rich. So it's not going to feel like a ton of bricks coming down on you. You think the amount of Asian food that I eat, you think I'd be better at chopsticks by now. Makes for fun viewing though, watching me struggle about. Right, I'm going to finish this up. I might get a little bit more footage of the market for you guys. And then I'm moving on to the next, will be the next video. But yeah. For me, it'd be the next dish. But honestly, I think I've said it in nearly every video that I've been out here in. I truly do appreciate the love from you guys. If you are still watching, hit the like, hit the subscribe, put something down in the comments if you've been to the market before, or if there's a dish that you saw me walk past that I should have tried over what I had, or as well as. And yeah, long may we continue this little community of foodies. I really do enjoy listening to your stories. I really do enjoy interactions I have with you guys when I do bump into anybody. And yeah, like this was, I'm gonna say Toat Market, but I don't know. It's T-O-A-T. I was gonna say Tote originally, but I think it's Tuat. I don't know. And I don't want to say it too wrong because it can sound like something else. So we will just keep it as that. Obviously, I'll put them on the Google Maps below the location, and anyone can correct me on my pronunciation in the comments. But yeah, love being here, love sharing it with you guys. I'm, you know, at the point of filming this, been here for 6 days. I've got like 14 days, so I'm not even halfway through yet. I think I filmed a total of about 8 or 9 videos already. I've got some amazing stuff coming up that I can't wait to share with you guys. I am absolutely like overjoyed, ecstatic, ridiculously terrified and nervous about. But I'm sure it'll be amazing for you guys to watch and for me to be part of. So, this is Lumpini Park, one of many massive parks inside central Bangkok. Figure we would have a little walk around as we go towards Polo Fried Chicken, because if you come to Bangkok, it's definitely worth spending an hour or two every couple of days perhaps in a park. They're very peaceful, you get a lot more wildlife, and just yeah, it's like definitely worth checking out. So I'll do a little stroll through, I'll put the camera on, show you some bits as we walk through, I'll talk to you as well. But yeah, I mean, as for an idea of wildlife, this is what you can expect being in Lumpini Park. Some huge, don't know if the camera will pick that up, huge monitor lizards. I want to step off and walk around so as not to disturb him too much, because he's just sought out some shade. But parks are massive, and you do like you can never get central enough in the park to make you feel like you're out in the country, because every angle you can hear the noise of the busy roads on all sides, and you can see the skyscrapers. Whereas when you're in somewhere like Central Park or Hyde Park in New York and London, you can kind of escape far enough into the park to make you feel like you are somewhere completely different. They got huge cycle lanes, nice streams and rivers running through. They have a couple of nice public toilet stations as well, and yeah, it's just a lovely walk. I don't know if you can see up in the distance through the tree line there. You can see all the skyscrapers just kind of popping their head over the tree line, just letting you know that you are still in the city centre. We'll jump into the park a bit further because I just figure it'd be a nice, relaxing introduction to the video. Anybody that does want to see the food, skip ahead, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes or so. Not 100% sure because I haven't edited it yet. But there will be some glorious fried chicken at the end of the video at Polo's. But this is basically a walk from, I got off at Lumpini MRT, which is one stop from Klong Loi, I think it was, where I went to the Tuat market, and I basically strolled over from Lumpini to Polo Fried Chicken, and this is just a walk through basically. It's only about maybe 15-20 minutes, however long you want to take, but you can obviously take longer and just meander all the way through the park and see bits for yourself. Got signs everywhere saying beware of the water monitors, but we're not afraid of them. Well, I am. There's always that fear that it'll turn and bite your hand off, but I mean, it's a lovely park, it really is, and there's so many people working on the grounds keeping it manageable and sort of able for people to enjoy the park all year round. And I can only imagine how hard it is to work, because obviously there are trees and stuff here, but if you're out here working, there isn't an awful lot of respite from that weather. It is hot with a capital every single letter, and the shade under the trees doesn't really give you much respite. Definitely need some cold air conditioning and a cold beer or a cold drink of some sort. That's where I'm pretty much heading now, is back to my air conditioned room for a cold shower. I've been out for about 3 hours this morning, and I am telling you what, that is enough. Even in the morning heat at the moment, the temperature isn't too bad. It's not, don't get me wrong, that's not me saying it's just too hot. But I spent all day yesterday in bed and the night before with a pretty bad fever, and I was a bit discombobulated, so today's the first real day where I've ventured back out, and yeah, it can be very draining in this heat when you're not feeling 100%. So I'm going to do little and often as opposed to big and all the time. So I'm just trying to watch where I step, because some of the boards and the concrete is a bit uneven. But like it's a beautiful park. Like I say, you can probably still hear it over the camera, to be fair. The noise from the traffic still just kind of in the background. But there's a whole host of little rivers and lakes that run through the park. You have this lovely structure in the middle. Is it some place of worship, perhaps? I won't film too much. Like I say, I tend to kind of try and keep religious and worship places off the camera, not because I'm anti-religion or anything like that. It's in fact completely the opposite. I respect religions, and I feel that religion, temples, sacred places like that should be kept that way. So I tend not to film too much of it if I can help it. It's kind of hard in Bangkok because there is a lot of them. There's another big water monitor down there. He's a big beast. I'm going to see if I can get him on my phone at the same time here. bear with me if you get a bit shaky. He's just rocking out, enjoying the weather in the shade. But yeah, and then if you look around, you've got a really nice lake, and then just above it, back to the city skyline, which is incredible, really. It's nice that cities do keep these places available. I do think it's important to have greenery still in the cities. Certainly goes a long way to looking after the cities. But yeah, so I mean, I've been going for 7-8 minutes, and I'm not going to keep you too much longer in the park, because I know probably about 80% of you are only here really to watch me eat food. So I will end the park here, unless I see anything wicked along the way. And yeah, that's it for the my morning is done. Got a couple of little videos out the way. Some really nice pork noodle soups in the previous video. I will try and remember to put the link up in the corner here, so you can click on that if you haven't already seen it. And yeah, kind of next time you see me, I will be at the Polo fried chicken shop, ready to stuff myself with fried chicken and fried garlic, and maybe an extra little dish of something else. So yeah, thanks for joining me again. Hope you enjoyed the little walk from Lumpini to Polo fried chicken, and I will see you soon. Okay, this is pretty cool. They actually have a outdoor heavyweights gym, which I won't be using obviously, because that's not me, but it's pretty cool that they have a full-on weights gym out there. And bro just walking in my path. Come on, watch, don't get run over, lad. Are you going? Are you staying? What are you doing? Keeping an eye on you, matey. You got your eye on me, I got my eye on you. So, if you have made it all the way to this point in the video without skipping ahead, thank you. I really hope you enjoyed that mellow walk through Lumpini Park. Early morning, a lovely park, great weather. Again, it is Chef Who Travels, so there's going to be some aspects of my videos that are travel based, things around the city. But on to the good stuff now. We are going to a very well known fried chicken place in Bangkok. It's called Polo Fried Chicken, and I'm telling you, I am super excited for this one. We're just going past the police station, and then next street will be ours. So I have seen so many people come to this chicken place and to say that I'm excited is an understatement. And the fact that there's a 7-Eleven next to it is great, because I'll probably walk back through the park again on my way. So I am so looking forward to this. That's why I didn't eat too much in my last video, because I knew I was coming here And obviously, I don't know how much I'm going to eat here, but I'm certainly going to try and eat quite a lot. So we will see what we can get. But it's basically just here. It's called Polo Fried Chicken, and they are hugely famous for their rotisserie chicken and garlic. So we are going to get in and get some chicken. So this place here is famous for its fried chicken with loads of garlic bits on top. I've also gone for a minced catfish lab, which is basically like loads of chopped minced catfish in like a spicy salad. Salads in Thailand, I mean, a completely different thing than a salad in England. There's no like lettuce and tomato in this. You might get tomato, but this is more meats, onions, chilies, garlic, fish sauce, dried shrimp, and yeah, it's delicious. I haven't actually had a lab since I've been here yet, so be new. That there is the fried chicken and the catfish lab. And they have all these little fried bits of garlic and seasoning. That is like sweet, nutty chicken. The flavour in that chicken all the way through, and even on the breast, that I mean, ridiculously good. I'm gonna dip it in the spicy sauce. Not too spicy. It tastes like the toasted chili spice in there. This is some good chicken. Wow. Catfish lab. It's just minced fish. It's salty. It's tangy. It's spicy. There's a little acid there for the onion. It's not hugely fishy. In fact, you'd be hard pressed to know that that's catfish. We have the sweet chili. You can see why this place is known for their chicken. Everyone's walking around with I love chicken on their t-shirt. And so they should. They should also have I love catfish. It's really citrusy and delicious. But it is certainly all about that chicken for me.
well worth the 30-minute walk through Lumpini Park to build up an appetite. And as I said before, any of you that joined me for that walk, I hope you enjoyed it. It's a nice peaceful way to start the day. And when you get some food afterwards, feel you deserve it. Seriously, the flavour all the way through that is astounding. Right down to the bone with the seasoning. And price-wise, it was, I think, 220 baht for both dishes. It's like £5. There was a quarter chicken. That catfish is a nice accompaniment to that chicken, because the chicken's fatty and that lard is like a little citrusy, acidic, so it really helps like cut through. It's so good. I'm looking forward to the ground meat. That brown meat is incredible. Unreal, man. Just so easy to eat. It's ridiculously tasty. As I chase it with some lard. I like freshened up that mouth. It's so good. I'm going to finish this up. And even though it's 10:30 in the morning, I might go and have a nap. But again, thanks for getting this far in the video. and enjoying that walk in Lumpini Park. You skip the gist of the food. No judgment. I'd do that. I'm all about the food. But since I am here and I am travelling, I thought I'd give you all the option to see a little bit of something different. And Lumpini Park's really good. There's actually a buffet on the outside of Lumpini Park. I think it's about £1.40 for all you can eat. So I may hit that up before I go home. Back to the UK, not today. I've already eaten enough today.